Good morning, everyone. Big thing recently with the school board is people's right to speak, and I support that. And the issue that brought me here way back when, late January, whatever, was when they pulled the special needs kids, and I didn't want to wait a month to speak to the board. I had to email them and all that. It got changed at a budget work session, but that was one of those meetings where they didn't allow public comments, and it was very frustrating. And I got the vote changed by emailing and phone calling people, but I empathize with these parents. And here's the thing about free speech, and I agree, these people need the right to speak. But if the board would have allowed it at that meeting, you're actually denying free speech by not advertising it, so the people who would have shown up to speak couldn't. So ever since that, I started. Ever since my incident, I started thinking about it, and then I expanded it, my thought process, even more after the attorney talked about the public comments and some possible changes. And I wasn't planning on making this a campaign issue, but it was something I was definitely planning on addressing as soon as I got to the board. I think we need to allow them at all meetings. Now, currently what's happening is the school board was only scheduled to meet once a month, but of course they meet much more frequently than that now. And because they were only scheduled to meet one day a month, they allow 5 minutes. I think the school board needs to adapt basically the same policy that the Board of Supervisors does. The Board of Supervisors allows speaking at every meetings, and they limit it to 3 minutes because it's at every meeting. The purpose of the 5 minutes for the school board was because they only did it once a month. But a lot of times things can't wait once a month, and these parents have a point. I'm a veteran. I served 7 years active duty. If you want to include my time as in the National Guard, I served 9 years defending our right to free speech. My father, who I talk about frequently, spent 38 years in the military defending our right to free speech. We need that, but we need to have it across the board. So if one of the school board members wants to steal my idea now and not wait till after the election, put it on every agenda. Go ahead, have Ms. Parrish, the attorney, redo that presentation. Take a few of the minor advices. I'm not restricting free speech, but changing it to the 3 minutes and things like that work, but then have it at every meeting. I don't care if it's a budget work session, a workshop, an emergency meeting. People need the right, but you need to advertise it. Because as the Freelance Star pointed out, by law, you have to advertise it, I believe it was 3 days in advance. And that gives people notice to whether or not they want to show up and speak. So we need free speech, but we need free speech for all. We need equal access. Put it on the agenda from now on. Tweak the policy to match the Board of Supervisors. That's the solution, in my opinion. Thank you. Remember, it is about the kids, not the politics. Let's get the agendas off on both sides of this issue because it is horrible right now, and we need to be able to talk with each other, not yell at each other. Thank you, everybody.